My focus is going to be on the link between decarbonization of the grid and the benefits that that offers to the increasing magnitude of energy services that are being powered by electricity in cities, and in particular, of course, transportation. Across the globe, energy is on the verge of a complete makeover, and there are first mover advantages to firms and cities that can secure early market share in wind, solar, storage, EVs, smart gadgets, and smart meters. Revamping the electric grid all represents stellar economic opportunities. In developing countries, industry mostly consumes electricity, but in advanced economies, it's mostly buildings. In almost every economy, transportation is either the last, or it may be tied or next to last with ag uses. So that's about to change. Transportation is the sector that will likely undergo the most rapid increase in electrification, with CO2 benefits that will be great if the grid is clean. Instantaneous emission reductions result from EVs. They use about a third of the energy of ICEs, the gasoline cars. The associated cost savings have motivated policy action internationally. Here we see one of the forecasts from the National Renewable Energy Lab, which shows increased electrification of the transportation sector at a modest rate in the reference case, at a medium pace, and at a high pace. At either of these two, the electrification of transportation will grow significantly. So with the growth of electric vehicles, we have the opportunity for transportation sector to contribute significantly to the resilience and the security of the electricity system. With the increase in renewables that's inevitable, we have the need for greater instantaneous access to storage devices, and of course the mobile storage offered by electric vehicles are a great opportunity. We need them at all scales, the regional, local, at the distribution level as well. And there are an array of services that electric vehicles can provide to the grid. Some of them are shown in this diagram. So if you look at the V2G section, there's capacity firming, voltage control, adding reserves, and frequency regulation. This is the one, the frequency regulation market is the one that's had the most activity to date, including initially work by Willett Kempton at the University of Delaware, which brought a fleet of Nissan Leafs to bear to meet a contract that he secured with the PJM electricity wholesale market. And this is the sort of thing that's being examined now in California and is well on its way to becoming operational in several of the Nordic countries. Last topic, which is what we're doing in Georgia with the Drawdown Georgia project, which attempts to help fill the gap in local and state planning of climate solutions. You know, localized climate solutions are going to be required during this decisive decade, but where's the roadmap to know what a state or community should do? So we took the results from global and national studies of climate solution options, and we examined those with respect to applicability to the state of Georgia. In this case, starting with the Drawdown project that Paul Hawken published a couple of years ago. And we put each of those through a down select process where we ask first, are they market ready? Second, is there enough experience with them? Third, could they deliver 1 million ton CO2 reduction annually by the year 2030? And are they cost competitive? So this is the sort of summary of our 2.5 years of research on these 20 solutions. So starting in the year 2005, which is the baseline benchmark year selected by the Paris Accord, the state of Georgia carbon footprint was 156 million tons CO2 equivalent. In 2017, when we began our project, the footprint was 128, so it had dropped by several percentage over the 12-year period. When you go off to the future forecast from these 20 solutions, you see an aspirational but achievable decline to 79 million tons of CO2 in the year 2030 over this 13-year period, a 49 million ton CO2 reduction, reducing Georgia's footprint by 50% over its 2005 baseline. So we could meet the carbon aspirations of the climate accord with these 20 solutions.